back here again with another vinyl finds video. It's been a couple of weeks since the last time I've done one. I don't really have a whole lot of things to show, but I do have some things that I've accumulated in the last couple of weeks. So I'm just going to start off and start showing them off. The first one I'm going to show is actually a 45 I ordered, actually pre-ordered it way back in December from Pearl Jam's website. It's a Pearl Jam and Matt Cameron doing 2 Eagles of Death Metal songs, and all the proceeds went to the Sweet Stuff Foundation, and just got this a couple weeks ago actually, so definitely a long wait for it, but definitely worth it. And side A has Pearl Jam doing I Want You So Hard, Boys Bad News, which they did live at a concert in Brazil on November 22nd, 2015. And the B-side is Matt Cameron doing I Love You All the Time. So definitely a solid couple songs from Pearl Jam doing Eagles of Death Metal songs. I mean, good for a good cause. I know for a while they also had MP3 downloads you could buy as well to support the Sweet Stuff Foundation. All the proceeds of those also went to that. So definitely a cool little item as well. The next few albums I'm going to show are just various ones I picked up from different locations. The first one I'm actually is one I got at Half Price Books. About a week ago, they actually had a 50% off sale, and I feel like every time they have like a 50% off sale, they never really stick any new items out. It's just pretty much whatever they have at the store before they start to sell, and it's usually like 20%, 30%, 40%. The last day is usually 50%. So by the last day, there's usually not a whole lot left, but you can usually get some pretty good stuff though for pretty cheap on the 50% off stuff. And ended up picking this up there. It's Bush's latest album, Man on the Run. Came out in 2014, so it is a couple years old now, but I mean, it was pretty inexpensive. It was actually 50% off, and they already had it marked down anyway from the original price. So I picked that up. Probably not my favorite Bush album. Definitely one that I wasn't going to pay like full price for when it came out, but definitely a decent album from them. Nothing too special there though. Definitely had to take advantage of the 50% off sale there. And this album I picked up actually at Barnes & Noble. It's Emotive from A Perfect Circle. Nothing really too special. It's their third album, mostly covers of stuff. Usually, I think there's only actually 2 original songs on here, but decent album from them. It was inexpensive. Came out in 2005. I honestly think this was an original 2005 copy, but nothing too spectacular there. But did go to the Vinyl Rescue Project actually yesterday, and I did pick up some Sonic Youth albums, some of their self-release ones. This one came out in 1997, and it's just an EP, and all these ones are pretty much just instrumental, kind of like noise music, but nevertheless cool to have, cool to listen to if you're in the mood. And this one is on red vinyl. And it came out in 1997. And I haven't really had no chance to listen to any of these yet. I picked up 4 of them. And I got Volume 2. Or Record 2, the second one. This one's just on black vinyl. I'm not gonna even. I mean, label pretty much looks the exact same as the one I just showed, but again, pretty much the same thing as the first EP. Just pretty much instrumental noise music, Sonic Youth, self-release stuff. This one also came out in 1997. And I also picked up this one. This one came out in 1998. And it is on clear vinyl, which looks pretty nice. And again, like the first song on this album is like 20 minutes and 51 seconds, and the whole next side actually has a song that's like 30 minutes long. Of pretty much just noise and stuff. And I mean, it's cool. You gotta definitely be in the definitely gotta be in the mood to listen to it though. This one came out, I believe, in 97 or 98 as well. And I also did pick up one more Sonic Youth album. This one is the one that came out in 1999. It's Goodbye 20th Century. And I believe this one's actually just like them doing covers of like instrumental noise music. So kind of cool. Looks like some of them might be original ones. Has track listing on the back, but definitely always on the lookout for some Sonic Youth. So I definitely picked up 4 of them there. All of them pretty inexpensive actually, so you can't go wrong on that. The next couple albums I'm going to show is actually probably, for me, probably one of my better finds in a while, actually. I was actually on Craigslist about a week or so ago, and I usually don't get on Craigslist, and I was on there actually looking for jobs, because the place I was actually working at, I found out a couple weeks ago, was closing its doors, so, I mean, that's always fun news to get. But I was on there, it didn't take me long to get the Distracted. And I was searching for records, and I had searched for records on there in the past, and usually mostly just saw like ads for actual record stores around me. So usually never anything too great. If people were selling records, it was usually people asking for way too much money. But there was one album I saw someone listed that kind of caught my eye, because it was one that I had been kind of looking for a while. But you know, online, like on Discogs and eBay, it just goes for so much money. And definitely way more than that I would want to pay. And it's actually this album. It's James Iha, Let It Come Down. Of course, James Iha, the original guitarist for the Smashing Pumpkins. This is his first solo album. I believe he actually had another solo album come out, I think in 2012. But this one came out in 1998. And it's to me, it's a very underrated album. It's actually, in my opinion, pretty good. Don't quite like his vocals as much as I do Billy Corgan's, but he does some pretty good stuff as well. It does definitely kind of has a Smashing Pumpkins sound to it a little bit, but at the same time it really kind of doesn't, if that makes sense. But I mean, just the record looks in incredible shape. And the guy I bought it from said he actually bought it brand new in 1998, and just said his record player, his turntable, just died on him, and he didn't really feel like buying another one. He was just trying to get rid of his stuff, and it just seemed like he didn't really care how much he was selling it for, because he probably could have definitely got more money for him than what he sold it to me. But I also picked up this James Iha off of him as well, Be Strong Now. This one's just a single. It has a single that has 4 songs on it. 3 of them not on the album. 1 of them is on the album, but definitely cool to find this one as well, because this one also goes for a decent amount of money online as well. And this one actually has the original price sticker on it from March 20th, 1998. So definitely cool to find that one as well. And I did pick up one more item off of him. I also picked up this Pearl Jam single. It's Who Are You and Habit, which is of course off of No Code, which is also my favorite Pearl Jam album. A couple of really solid songs from Pearl Jam. So I definitely picked that one up. And I mean, the guy really gave me a really great deal. And all of these, I paid $25 for all 3 of these, so I thought that was a really fair price. Honestly, beyond fair, considering the fact that this album alone goes for probably 4 times that amount on Discogs and online. So definitely was happy to be able to pick this one up for a really cheap price overall. Never know where you're going to find records at. Definitely was happy to find that one though, and will fit in nicely with the Smashing Pumpkins albums. But the last item I'm going to show is one that I actually ordered off of Discogs probably about a month or so ago. I ordered it off of there, and I actually ordered it off of a record store from Rochester, New York, called Needle Drop Records, and it's of course this Dave Matthews Live Tracks box set from the August 23rd, 1995 concert at Meadowbrook Music Festival in Rochester Hills, Michigan. I think they pressed 2,000 copies of this. This is actually 538 out of 2,000. And I actually had the opportunity to buy this on Record Store Day, and even the day after Record Store Day. So the opportunity to buy it, and I passed on it just because I didn't want to spend the price. It was like $100 some when it came out, and so I didn't. On top of everything else that I wanted to get that day, I didn't want to drop like hundreds of dollars on albums in that one day. But one of those albums I kind of wish I had gotten, but at the same time didn't really want to pay that much for it. I bought this one for $60 off of Discogs, off the record store, and I honestly thought that was probably it was a pretty good deal. Don't think I was gonna get it any cheaper than that, but definitely glad I was able to get it for that cheap. I mean, solid set list on this album: Proudest Monkey, Satellite, One Sweet World, Drive In, Drive Out, Dancing Nancy's Warehouse, Tripping Billy's, Lover Laid Down, Rhyme and Reason, Exodus, Jimmy Thing, Pay for What You Get, Two Steps, Ants Marching, Typical Situation, and all along the Watchtower. And just a solid set from Dave Matthews. And it's actually kind of similar. I don't know if anyone has this CD, but it's Dave Matthews Band Live at Red Rocks from August 15th, 1995. So just like a couple of days apart, about a week apart from that show. And a similar set list on this one that is on that. And I've always really liked this live album from Dave Matthews, so kind of cool to have a similar set on vinyl as well. So definitely a cool set for sure. And this is also Live Tracks Volume 5, by the way. Really wish I was able to get some of the earlier volumes, but some of those ones came out before I really started collecting vinyl, and a lot of those ones were even more limited than 2000, so they definitely go for some big bucks online now. But it is a 4 LP set. Some nice artwork there. And it is on collared vinyl as well. It's on pink vinyl. It sounds fantastic as well. It really does sound really good. I was actually kind of disappointed that Dave Matthews didn't have any listings for Record Store Day this year. I was really surprised by that. I feel like he's one of those guys that usually always has stuff come out. And like I said in my last video, I was really hoping that Crash would come out, but hopefully that comes out by the end of this year. I'm really crossing my fingers. One of those things I really want them to come out with on vinyl, but there's a couple things that I was really wanting to get on Record Store Day, so hopefully I'll be able to actually purchase that. But that's all the albums I have to show now. Hope to have another video up soon. I'm actually hoping to do a collection video soon for the Smashing Pumpkins. I don't know how many people really care about that, or care about them, but I'm actually going to be seeing the Smashing Pumpkins in a couple weeks, so I feel like it would be perfect timing to do a collection video. Hopefully to do one of those here soon, but that is all the stuff I have to show. Actually seeing Dave Matthews also in July, so this will definitely be something I'll probably be listening to again in a couple months to get ready for that. But that is all the albums I'm going to show. That's all the albums I do have to show. Anyway, again, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you again soon.